So welcome. I'm glad you're joining me for yoga today. It's very warm out here. Hopefully, even if you're not outside in Florida right now, you'll get a little bit of sweat on. We'll do some sun salutes. We'll open up the shoulders and the hips. Remember to listen to your body. Do what is right for you. Modify, take breaks, anything you need here to make this your practice. Have fun. Let's begin by coming to a comfortable seat. Taking inner thigh rotations so that the hips are level. Sitting upright on the pelvis, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the lower belly in and up. Engaging along the sides of the body so we sit tall. Relaxing into the hips and the shoulders. Drawing the awareness inward. Begin to focus on the breath. Gradually allowing the breath to deepen until you find your full yoga breath. Remembering to stay connected to the breath, let's add in movement. Extending the arms. With your inhale, stretch them up toward the sky. Exhale, bring them back down to the mat. Again, like that. Connected to the breath. Let's go once more. With the inhale, lift back up to the sky again. And on the exhale, take just your right hand back to the mat and give yourself a little tip over to the right side. Keeping the left shoulder back, the sit bones rooted. And with the inhale, coming back up to the center again and switching over to the left. Left hand down. Drawing the right shoulder back. Full breath here. Inhaling as you lift back up to the center. Once more on each side like that, taking it right. Back to the center with the inhale. And over to the left. Inhaling back up to center. And exhaling to release the arms. Taking a gentle little twist here, let's bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand just back behind the body. Sitting tall, relaxing into your hips and shoulders. Releasing that, come back to center and take it to the second side. Gentle little twist to the right. Coming back to the center and over to that first side again. Use your left arm like a second spine, pushing into the floor. Pulling with the right hand to draw the belly button. Turning the side ribs back, taking the shoulder back and looking over the shoulder. Working deeper into this twist. Keep the spine tall. Nice even breaths. Releasing back to the center. And taking the second side, use the arms and rotate around nice and even up the spine. Releasing back to the middle. Let's bring ourselves around onto hands and knees. Take your time making your way, bringing the hands up underneath the shoulders, knees up underneath the hips, spreading the fingers wide and engaging evenly through the hands. Begin by flowing in through some cat-cows, inhaling the belly toward the floor and rounding the spine toward the ceiling. Connect to your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Just like with the twist, moving as deep into the spine as you can, as evenly as you can. Taking one more flow. Finding a neutral spine here, making your way into kneeling plank. So a straight line from the crown of the head to the knees, making sure your belly's pulled in, you're nice and even through your hands, spine is neutral. Any planks, you can come to the knees here. Moving into a full plank, if that's you, engage through the legs. Strong through the middle, head in line with the spine. Let's lift the hips, making our way into down dog. And just allow yourself to move and stretch in your down dog. Wiggle, bicycling the heels. Nice full breaths here. Begin to settle in, pressing away from the floor with the hands, pressing the heels back toward the mat, whether they touch or not. Coming up on the toes, let the heels drop over to the right, keeping the hands even into the mat. Nice stretch up the left side of the body. Full breaths. Coming back through the center, we'll do the same thing over to the second side, so the heels drop over to the left. Hands are rooted, hips are high, full breaths. And back to center again. Let's shift it forward, come to plank. Hold here, drop to the knees if you need, belly in. Back to down dog. Lifting the right leg away from the floor. Keep the hips level for a moment, pressing through your heels. And then allow the right hip to open, taking the toes as high as you can, bending into the knee. Shoulders stay level, hands are even into the mat. Big breaths. Taking your legs straight, square your hips again, and drop the right foot. Working into the second side, same idea. Keeping the hips level for a moment, lift the left. And then allow the hip to open, bending at the knee. We'll take the legs straight, squaring up the hips again, drop the left foot. Take it to the knees. And allow yourself to move into a child's pose here. Releasing the shoulders. The hands can move back by the heels if that feels better for your shoulders here. If you took the hands back, bring them forward and stretch them long and make your way back to down dog. We'll step our feet forward, coming into a standing fold. And just begin stretching a little deeper into your hamstrings here, walking in place, bending into one knee and then the other. Coming back to center, bending both knees enough so that the belly will touch the thighs, and then wrapping the arms behind the legs. Grab onto whatever it is you reach there, keeping the belly on the thighs. See if you can take the legs straighter. Let the upper body hang. Release the head. Feel that stretch up the shoulders. the spine, down the hamstrings. Releasing the arms. These can stay bent here if you like. We're going to take the fingers behind the low back, interlacing, pulling the shoulder blades toward each other on the back and stretching the hands away from the shoulders. Keep a micro bend in the elbows. Drawing the shoulder blades a little closer together on the back if you can. And we'll gently release the arms. Sliding the hands to the thighs, coming parallel to the floor. Belly's in, keeping the shoulders back. Support on the legs as much as you need. And then bend into the knees and make your way to supported chair. Check in with your knees, make sure the belly is engaged, tucking the tailbone. The hands can be wherever you like. Big full breaths here, even into the feet. Inhaling, stretch to the sky. Exhale, releasing the arms. Let's move into sun salutes here with the inhale, stretch up. And on the exhale, take it over into a fold. Halfway up with an inhale, shoulders back. Exhale as we step ourselves back into plank from the knees if you need, taking it to the belly. Hands back, rolling into the shoulders. And then exhaling, pressing up and back into down dog. With the inhale, step the feet forward, come back into your fold. Inhale and lift the arms, coming back into our standing position. Exhale, release. Again, like that. Follow your breath, inhaling up and exhaling over. Halfway up on an inhale. Exhale, step it back to plank. And take it all the way down to the belly. Roll into a cobra. Inhale. Exhale, press yourself back to down dog. Inhaling as we step forward, fold. Halfway up with the inhale. Exhaling back over. All the way up, stretching to the sky. Exhale to release. Adding on with this next one, inhale, sit into chair, and then exhale into your fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhaling, step back, taking it to the belly from the knees if you need. Elbows in as you roll into your cobra. Exhale, elbows still in, press up and back, down dog. This time inhaling the right foot forward into lunge, working your toes to your fingers. Back knee or heel to the mat as you lift, inhale. Exhale, take it back into the lunge and step back, down dog. Slide forward on an inhale to plank. Exhaling to the belly. Inhale, roll cobra. Exhale, move back to your down dog. Inhaling the left foot forward, toes to fingers. Heel or knee to the mat, lift, inhale. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, slide forward, plank. Last time, down to the belly. Inhaling cobra. Exhale as you release, back to down dog. And then holding your down dog or dropping down into child's pose, taking 5 smooth, slow breaths here. One more breath. And if you drop down, lift back to down dog. With the next inhale, stepping the feet forward, we'll come back to our standing fold. Inhale and lift halfway up. And exhale over. Inhaling as you sit into a chair, arms where you need them to be. And then exhale to release to the top. Let's take a short step back with the left foot. Nice short little straddle. Toes pointing forward. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, and then turn just your upper body, folding over the outside of your right leg. Try to keep the left hip back, and don't worry about how deep this fold is. Full breaths. Inhaling as we come back up. Release the fingers, let the shoulders roll. And then working the second side, see about putting your other thumb on top back there. Interlaced fingers, shoulders draw toward each other, chest lifts. And we rotate the upper body toward the outside of the left leg, folding here. Keep the right hip back. With the inhale, coming back up to center, release your fingers and roll the shoulders again. Switching our feet this time, turn your left toes toward the top of your mat and then the right. Open up the stance if it's a little wobbly, toes point forward. Right hand here, reaching between the shoulder blades, point the elbow as much toward the ceiling as you can. And then take that left hand behind the back, reaching up the spine, maybe finding your fingers. And allow your body to fold forward over the right leg. So the hips are square and the spine is long, and hopefully the fingers are in the same place when you're folded over as they were when you're standing up. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. Let's inhale, lift back up again. Move back to that little straddle, release the arms, roll your shoulders. And let's work the second side. So turning your right toes toward the back of your mat and then the left. Steady on the feet, adding in the arms, left hand between the shoulder blades. And the right hand comes up the spine. And maybe the fingers are over here. Maybe they're still not. Coming forward. Even on your feet, level through your hips, long through your spine. Lifting back up on an inhale, release the hands, straddle back out again. Rolling the shoulders, and then stepping back to the top of the mat. Let's inhale the arms. Gently take yourself over into fold. From our fold, stepping back to down dog. Making sure the fingers point forward, elbow creases point in, but then rotate them toward the top of the mat and bend into the elbows coming down to the forearms. Pressing as evenly into the hands as you can, lift both elbows up off the floor at the same time. Back to our down dog, and we're going to step the right foot forward, come into lunge. Dropping the back heel, the right hand can stay on the outside of the foot, move to the inside. Bringing the left hand to the hip, open the body to the side, and you can bring the upper body up, resting your forearm on the thigh if that's better. So keeping the hips low, opening the body to the left, and then releasing and making your way back to down dog. Same thing on our second side here, stepping the left foot forward. Again, that left hand on the inside or outside of the hand, foot. Bringing the right hand to the hip and allowing the body to open to the right. Keeping the hips low. Maybe propping up on the thigh if that feels better here. And then again here, releasing and making our way back into down dog. Let's step the right foot forward again, coming back into lunge. This time, roll over your left toes and take the knee to the floor. So the foot and knee are a little closer together. Sink into the heels, sink into the hips, and then maybe climb up on the right thigh here. Keeping the hips low as you press away from the thigh, lifting your chest. If you'd like, extend the arms, reaching toward the sky. Continue to drop into the hips, tucking the tailbone under, opening the chest. Release it, take it back into your lunge, roll over the back toes, get a little bouncy in the hips, hop your right foot back and your left foot forward in one move if you can. Working the second side, roll over the right toes, take that knee to the floor. Hug the legs in, sink into your hips, and then climb up on the thigh, lifting the chest more vertical or maybe even beyond vertical, reaching the arms if and when you're ready. Full breaths. And release. Back to the lunge, roll over the toes again. And because we did it on one side, do it on the other. Hop, right foot forward, left foot back. And then make your way into a fold, crossing the ankles and coming down to your seat. Let's extend the legs out long, taking inner thigh rotation so you're even on your sit bones. And then bringing the left foot to the inside of the thigh. And see about opening the left knee behind the hip, coming into almost a straddle. Making sure you're even on your sit bones. Press into the floor at the outsides of the hips, keeping the spine long. Hinge yourself forward here. The hands can stay at the outsides of the hips or they can move more to the center. Just keep the shoulders back and the spine long. Pelvis evenly rooted on the floor. Inhaling to hinge up. Rotate the belly over toward the right leg and then fold over the extended right leg. The hands can again be back or a little bit more forward. Keep the shoulders back. Pressing harder into your right hand, see if you can drop the left shoulder around and square more toward the leg. Full breaths. Inhaling as we lift back up, we'll extend the left leg and then switch, bringing the right foot into the inside of the thigh, letting the knee open. Adjust your seat, get nice and even on the pelvis. Press into the floor, lengthening your spine and hinge forward here. Think belly button to heel. Full breaths. Inhaling to come to center, rotating toward the extended leg and folding over the leg. Pressing a little harder into the left hand so the right shoulder can drop. Keeping the spine long here, sit bones even into the floor. Inhaling back up to center. Extend the legs. Maybe bounce around a little bit, getting even on the pelvis again. Sitting tall, reach the arms, hinge from the hip coming forward into fold. Let your hands fall where they do, making sure the shoulders stay back so the spine is long. Full breaths. Inhaling as we lift back to center, release the arms. And make your way into comfortable position for Savasana. So maybe you roll down on your back. Maybe you take a seated meditation position. If you'd like, move to a wall and bring the legs up the wall. Any place that is going to be perfectly comfortable for you today. Allow the body to relax. Release control of the breath. Staying connected to the breath. Keeping the mind present and quiet. And allowing yourself to rest. Remember, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Namaste.